Yo, baby pop, what's happening? It's Coach again, T Strong, that is. Coming back with the best seat on the bench, brought to you by the recruits. Okay, make sure you go check us out on IG, Facebook, as well as TikTok. Go ahead and like us, and that way we can keep us pushing on this thing here. We're getting ready to talk about, once again, something from the coach's point of view and the best seat on the bench. Okay, this one here is going to be a smooth topic. So I'm going to give the topic, and I'm going to introduce my co-host to you. So this topic here, what has caused the demise in the NBA All-Star game or All-Star weekend? Okay, now topic there. Let's go ahead and get into my co-host. Once again, coming to the stage, it's my little brother, OC. Come on in now.
Hey, everybody, 305. We live and we definitely direct, baby.
That's it, 305 in the blood, even though we in different area codes right now.
Dade County still stand up.
That's it. Go ahead and wipe your forehead and get that bead of sweat off your lip, man, because we get ready to talk about the NBA All-Star Weekend, which I know is a sensitive topic for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back just a little bit, and I'm going to let you jump in and guess what? Answer this question. What do you think has caused the demise in the All-Star Weekend / All-Star game? Talk to me.
I'm just gonna say one thing, and that's pride.
Okay.
The late great Kobe Bryant said, "I wasn't losing the All-Star game," and that speaks so much volume in a sense where you have somebody that has his greatness. He doesn't have to worry about an All-Star game, but yet he was participant in the dunk contest. Yes, he did be an all-star first string player, but at the end of the day, 400 points, there's got to be a certain type of pride that says this is the All-Star game is supposed to be the best pickup game in the world, meaning the NBA literally is supposed to be the top of the top and the cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop, yep.
And you mean to tell me 400 points is literally, so what message is that being sent at the end of the day?
Well, you know what, and I'm with you. The message that's being sent is the same message I've been talking about for the last few years, that the NBA is going downhill. NBA is going downhill on a day-to-day basis, not just the All-Star game. The All-Star game just actually gives a vivid snapshot of what is going wrong with the NBA. NBA right now is really all about scoring. If you can score, then you're going to be an NBA player forever. You ain't even got to be a decent defender anymore because it's really about scoring. You know, we said this before. Defense wins championships, but offense sells tickets. And that's what's going on right now with the NBA. And it shows its ugly head in the All-Star weekend. Couple things with the All-Star weekend, why the demise. When the three-point shooting contest has become the most pivotal thing that goes on all weekend, that tells you that there's a problem there because the three-point shooting contest is actually bigger than the doggone game now. I mean, we had a situation this year where we had the male versus female shooting contest with Curry. That to me was more exciting than even the doggone game itself. And I'll be honest with you, and I hate to say this, being a true basketball person, I only watched a little bit of games and I turned that mess off because I saw what direction it was going in. If you look at the last few years, they've been treading water, trying to find something to make it more pleasurable to the fact that they had.
And it's not going to be pleasurable. I'm sorry to cut you off. It's never going to be pleasurable when you look at the people that are involved with the game itself. The attitude, the mentality of these individuals. Michael Jordan did not want to lose against Larry Bird or Magic Johnson in any shape, face, or form. Kobe Bryant, there's a video out there where Kobe Bryant was playing full defense and blocked LeBron James' shot in an All-Star game. Now, you got to deal with these individuals that I have to pay you. Literally, in 2024, I got to play you to play the game of basketball, which is absolute BS. I'm going to control myself. Again, I've got to play you to play the game of basketball, which we know how far. I've played a little bit. You played a little bit. We know how far it took just to earn the athletic scholarship, not even talking about making it to the league. And then you get there, and this is supposed to be what was supposed to be glorifying. It's absolute garbage. When you have Hall of Fame, literal Hall of Famers like Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan saying, I would have scored 100 against the best in 2024.
Correct. Yep.
Average 100. And I don't see how they're wrong, because Luka Doncic just scored 75, 85 points.
Right. And I don't care what you say. Luka Doncic is fat and out of shape. When I watch him play, he looked like he breathing heavy. You want to go to the bench to get him a honeymoon. But the crazy part about the demise, and that's the question, the demise, the answer is so simple.
It is.
No, the reason for the demise is the fact that the best players aren't competing, because the 3-point shooting contest is the most exciting thing going on that weekend, and why the best 3-point shooters in the league are participating. So guess what? Then you go to the dunk contest, and the back-to-back champion doesn't even play in the NBA.
I'll give you something worse than that. How many times are we going to see somebody jump over somebody and grab a ball and dunk it? The dunk contest with Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon was the last legitimate dunk contest that we've seen in this era.
Right, which is
Vince Carter took the dunk contest to a totally different level with the windmill dunk.
So it's I think it's Vince's fault, because after Vince won it, I don't think anybody else really could even want to get to that height or whatever.
Well, Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon was doing the dunks that was on social media, so they propelled it. Correct. And then I don't take anything away from Mac McClung, but he just not it. You just jump over people and then you dunk a ball. Come on, man.
Well, here's my problem with that too, though.
That's not a 50.
Right? His first dunk, man. This dude jumps, grabs the ball from somebody, releases it in the air, then regains it and dunks it backwards, and he got a 46. 46. That was my problem. If there ever was a 50 dunk that was done in that weekend, it was that one. So that's the other problem you have. And these judges, they get caught up in their own feelings sometimes, and then the crowd boos them, and then they switch. So it's like, what you gonna be a judge for if you're gonna allow the crowd to change your mind on stuff like that? So
can I be honest with you?
Talk to me.
Let's stop having these old ass. See, I kicked in. My bad. That was one.
Okay.
These old ass judges that played in the goddamn ABA with when the basketball was red, white, and blue. Let's start them judging. Let's start putting the youth out there. Let's get goddamn somebody that's not gonna look at it as though, oh, well, I did that in 65. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's propel. Let's re-educate ourselves and get to a different level on how we're judging those dunks. Because, like you said, that's a very difficult dunk.
Right. I agree with you. And I think what needs to happen though is I think we need to tweak the dunk contest rules. So you got the different rounds. So in one round you can grab a ball from somebody. One round you can throw it up in the air. But then one of them rounds you must do a dunk with your hands on the ball. Something to that extent. I think that to me would streamline things. And then because we're in 2024, let's change the scoring pattern. Let's not just go to 50. Let's move it to 100. That way there's a gray area where you can get a 75, an 80, or a 90. That way, at that point in time, the number system starts to also eliminate situations. And then let's get control back of the NBA. Let's get these guys who are the high flyers, get them in the dunk contest. Please explain to me why Zion Williams is not dunking anymore. I am so frustrated with that. Edwards, some of the high flyers that people really come to see, that pay money to see, those are the guys that should be in the dunk contest. And you know what? And I believe that that's the way we should go. When you got Big Cat, who is 7 foot in the 3-point shooting contest, and he's a champion there one time because he won it. Come on, I mean, that's where the NBA has gone to, and it's frustrating to see that the Kevin Durant's of the world. I like that Dame was in that thing again, and when they had knocked that out. But there's some other players that people come to pay, who come to see, that I think should be a part of it. And I even think that should be a part of your all-star status. I think if you're an all-star, you should also be participating in some of the events that go on that weekend. So
Zion Williamson did more windmill dunks last year in the playoffs and sat on the bench and watched his team lose because he said, "I'm not Zion."
And it cost him money too. Remember, it cost him money because he was healthy at times.
You in jeans and warm-ups, windmill dunking, and your team is about to get obliterated.
Correct. Yep.
But you're healthy enough to put on the show before the game, but you can't actually play in the game.
Right.
Pathetic.
And Zion Williams is a key example of the lottery stuff. You get one of the best players and goes to the worst team, and he can't bring a team like that out of the graveyard because he's good enough. Yet, and I ain't gonna say this, and I keep bragging, but I told people that Zion Williams is gonna be a flop in the NBA anyway because of his body. His body was not built for the NBA, and it showed up very quickly, even before he got out of college. And that's the same thing I said about Kyrie, but Kyrie has proved me wrong. But Kyrie has a different kind of body structure there too.
Technically, Zion is not a flop. Technically, Zion, his body is not the flop. I would say it's his mind. How do you literally come on and say, "Oh, I can't play 82 games. I need rest," and come back and say again on the press conference, "I'm not Zion. When I feel like Zion, then I'm ready to play."
Well, we know Zion needs the strippers in the room. The
porn star, actually.
Correct. Going back to the demise, the demise really is the fact that the all-stars, which is what we call All-Star Weekend, the all-stars are not participating in some of the key events like the dunk contest. The 3-point contest is really what's holding the weekend together, but that's because the best shooters in the league are the ones that's continue to participate. Because once again, Jaylen Brown in the dunk contest, and I'm with the commentator, and he said it from the beginning, and I ain't gonna say his name. Jaylen Brown is not a style dunker; he's a game dunker, and it showed up. And then they gave him extra points to try to get him in there. It's some young dudes that's in the league that can high fly too. Man, let them dudes go ahead and do their thing. But I think Zion, to prove his worth for the NBA, he should be in the dunk contest, and there's a few other ones that need to be on there trying to get this thing back together. But in closing, and I really want you to look at this thing here.
Give a closing remark. Let me get 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
All right. I would just say this. Let's get rid of these posers, these individuals that are all-stars but don't want to put forth the full effort. I mean, we can look at the history, and we saw Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, Larry Nance, all those individuals, and Clyde Drexler in one dunk contest event. If these guys are not going to put forth that effort, let's go ahead and do a different type of plan as far as getting rid of that. Let them sponsor real dunkers out there. And so instead of Jaylen Brown embarrassing himself or anybody else or G League, let's get these guys to say, okay, I'm not a dunker, but I'm sponsored by LeBron James. Let's go ahead and try to do that. And maybe we can get a little bit more hype out of because at the end of the day, it's all about how hungry you are, how motivated you are. And the guy that doesn't have his shot, if he can have his shot on the big stage, being sponsored by LeBron James, I think that we would be more than willing. I'd be willing to watch it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. I like that. The same way that they had the All-Star game where LeBron and Durant picked their team for the All-Star games. Maybe they can pick their guy for the dunk contest, pick their guy for the 3-point shooting contest. I can live in that world right there. But like I was getting ready to say, the NBA is doing exactly what happens with sports in America. They blossom in phases. So right now the NBA is down on their phase, and then the NBA was at its height when LeBron was rolling and Steph Curry and Golden State was rolling. San Antonio was rolling. They was at the height of the NBA. Now the NFL was struggling then. Guess what? The NFL has come on back up. NBA is falling off, and guess what? Baseball and soccer is steadily moving their way right up in front of NBA. So NBA, I guess what they're doing right now, they're taking their time at the bottom, and then they'll figure it out, and then they'll get back on point. But not gonna spend all day on the demise of the All-Star game, the All-Star weekend. I mean, we know what it is. Hopefully, next couple of years we'll get it together, and they'll hear our please, you really All-Stars and you superstars. Come on, get a part of the weekend so we can get some interest back in this thing, and we go from there. But coming from the best seat on the bench, sponsored by the recruits, it's me, Coach, and OC.
OC.